it remains a constant challenge to keep students engaged, especially when they perceive that they're not successful in the learning environment. The essential instructional problem that exists in my urban setting is a lack of technological access and students' general perception that they're not successful in academics. While a capstone project cannot change the municipality's budget, nor change the systemic achievement gap, it can prove that the introduction of even simple online discussions could aid in students' achievement, or at least their perceptions for educational success. In traditional classrooms, students are isolated, and learning is not as social as it potentially could be. Social interaction is essential for learners. It allows them to process information more thoroughly when they're able to communicate their understandings and interpretations to peers. When students collaborate, they are more likely to achieve greater understanding. It is not only because they share their interpretations, but also because there's a sense of responsibility to the partner or group. This application of social learning theory should result in increased perceptions of learning. 21st century learners are so comfortable with social media technologies that part of their social environment includes Web 2.0 tools and social networking sites. It would stand to reason then that students would garner greater understandings of academic topics when discussed with their peers in an online setting, in addition to face-to-face interactions. Bluke and her associates weighed the benefits of incorporating online discussions to students' conceptions of learning. According to Bluke, students were not only comfortable with online academic interactions, but they felt they learned more as a result. While the data that Shana presented did not suggest that online discussion forums should replace classroom work, it did certainly suggest that both classroom face-to-face time coupled with online discussion forums have a positive impact on student achievement. Students reacted very positively to the incorporation of technology into their coursework. Hsu and Beaumont concluded that collaborative learning not only added to the students' overall achievement, but also directly impacted the students' perception of success. While I could not suggest that online social interaction could replace face-to-face discussions, students are more apt to achieve greater understandings the more often they process new information. Additionally, because many 21st century learners are so comfortable with social media technologies, there are some learners who may never raise their hand in class, but could contribute greatly to an online discussion. The use of social networking sites to further student achievement pivots on the student's level of engagement. Hergunner suggested since social networking results in students becoming more engaged with their learning communities, they will, in a result, be more engaged in the learning process. Hsu and Beaumont complemented this conclusion in their analysis of wiki pages that suggested students who have the opportunity to discuss class topics informally using the internet possess more engagement in the class material. The aim of this capstone project would be to further explore this idea of using collaborative sites and monitor student success. Specifically, students will participate in weekly online discussion forums embedded into the class website. Bluke showed the use of non-classroom time discussions based online offered students the opportunity to share ideas and discuss them with classmates in a more casual environment. This type of online discussion could be compared to a coffee house chat the previous generation may have experienced in college. Students who participated in this blended class appreciated the opportunity to have two types of discussion options, both face-to-face and online. The most essential piece is that online discussions allow students to be reflective in their thoughts and to reflect on the thoughts of others. Students perceived the interactions as meaningful and as a result become more reflective about the discussion topic. Because there are so many forums and public posting sites available to educators, the research suggested that a closed group size of 15 to 20 provides an optimal environment for students to feel safe with their commentary and not overwhelmed by the number of entries. The treatment group of this Action Research project is a closed group of 25 11th grade History of the Americas students. Students' impression or perception of their own learning actually increase their motivation to achieve. Marzano stated that the motivation of students should be increased in order for them to be more successful in learning. Students' attitudes towards their own learning is an important piece of instruction. If students enjoy the process, it's more likely they will achieve. The ultimate goal of the Action Research Project is to prove that urban students, even with limited access to technology, can increase their perception of learning by participating in online discussion forums.